What's going on, guys? How are you? This is Shocks and this is ShocksCapital YouTube channel. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, don't forget the drill. You subscribe, you turn on your post notifications, and you wait for the juicy information. So guys, today we're going to talk about the best beginner strategy you should use in your trading. So we are going to discuss the two time frames that you're going to be using. So there is a buyer's time frame and a end time frame. So that's what we are going to be doing. So we are going to be using the H4 and the M15. So this is a very beginner friendly strategy that you can teach to other beginners or use if you are a newbie in this industry. So we're going to start on the H4. This is best applied on the currencies market. So, and you need a very good broker for you to excel using this strategy again. And we have the AAA FX that is showing on your screen right now. You can go and register your accounts, trade with AAA FX. So we're going to show you how you can take advantage of that and trade successfully and consistently. So number one, you look for order blocks on the higher time frame. So what is an order block? Before we go any further, let me just explain what I mean by an order block. So whenever you see an aggressive move in the market like this, you just go down to where that move would have started from. You are likely to see something like this, where you are going to see some consolidations before the explosive move takes place. So when you go to that consolidation area just before the explosive move, you are going to find some candles or opposite candles that suggest that price was going the opposite direction. Okay, what do I mean by that? Let's say you have something like this, right? So at this point where the price would have moved up like that, you are going to find maybe a red candle that suggests a continuation of this downtrend from this point to maybe take out this loss or something like that. And after that red move, after everyone believes that price is now going down, price just shifts like this with an aggressive move. So that candle that suggests or that would have trapped many traders is your order block, and you're going to mark that candle like this, and this is on H4. So you're going to use H4 for your order blocks. And on M15, I want to teach you something or something that is a very easy entry strategy that you are also going to use on the M15. And so you're going to incorporate the H4 and the M15 in your trading. So when you go down to the M15, you need a very good broker that has tight spreads and that has very fast execution for you to get into the trade and have a tighter stop loss. So if you go to H4, you find something like this. So if you go back to our H4 here, you see we have a very beautiful example of what I've been explaining to you. You see there is this aggressive move that you see from this point to this point, right? So before this move, we have this kind of consolidation which I've been talking to you about. And if you look at this consolidation point, you can see that this candle was, you see there is that rule in books where you'll be saying on the H4 chart, if you see two candles of the same color, that's the direction that price wants to go. So the price or the chart shows you two blue candles, and you'll be thinking like, we are now going up, and you buy here and see what price did. So there are many traders that would have bought after the close of this H4 candle, and they have been trapped, and all this price action is going against them. So you are just marking that candlestick that would have suggested price going the other direction, and when price comes back, you then go to your entry time frame and look for what I'll show you to look for. So for now, let's just browse our H4 and explain what we mean by the consolidation and the candle that suggests an opposite move. So we see there is this candle again. This price action is still in action, so we are waiting for price to get back to this candlestick and go. So if you are seeing this video at this date, you can be looking to trade this in this coming week. So we have this aggressive move that you can see here, and we have this one, we have this candlestick. So this candlestick would have suggested price going higher up. You understand? They have suggested that. So there are buy orders at this point. When this happens, these oppositions are in what? Are in drawdown. And when price comes back to here, these guys are just praying for price to come back to the end so that they can get out or they can close their positions. And we're getting here to trap other traders, because when price gets back to this zone, some other traders are still buying to the upside. And because we know this, because you have been a follower of this channel, you know what happens at this order block, and you are looking at selling at this particular point. So if you go to M15, you are going to be finding something that looks like this. So this is H4, right? This is our candlestick. So the entry strategy I want to tell you is a London session entry strategy. So you only trade this in London session. So London session, I mean, if you are using Central African time, that is 8 a.m. to around 12 p.m. right? So that is your London session. So this pattern that I want you to memorize or to know is a London session, which means it should occur in that time period, right? So as you can see, you see this is a forecast that I had made at this point. So if you see this line, this is a forecast that I had made when price was not at this point. So this is a first move into the order block, then a break of structure. What we are waiting for is an M. You understand? We are waiting for an M. So if you go back here, we're going to be looking at it like this. So we are having an order block, right? So we're just saying when an order block is retested, we just have to retest an order block with an M. This is an order block from H4, right? So when price is doing its price or its price action on what? On M15, it does this, then does this, and does this, does it. This is the M you want to see. So you want to see a double top in the what? In the order block, in other words. So what you want is something that looks like this. This is an order block from the H4. You want price to print something like this in the order block, then you sell here and the stop loss goes above the structure. So that's what you are doing. And if you look at this point, where is the M? Here at this particular point there is no M, and here there is the M which we were looking for. We have that M, we have the first leg, the second leg, and this price. So if you had missed this, most probably you could have missed this. Why? Because the shift candle was very big. I think it was something like let's just measure it. It was something like 45 pips. So you could not afford to sell here and put your stop loss here. So you could have gotten your trade around this point, and you could have caught this beautiful move. So that's what I'm saying, and that's what we are going to be using, and that's what we are going to be doing. So if you look at this hasn't happened. So if you go to M15, I'll just show you what you need to see in that order block. So that is the order block that we want. And if you look at it, price will do something like this, or we want price to do something like this. This is an M, and we would want price to print something like this, and you enter somewhere around this area, and your stop loss is going somewhere around where price is trading at the moment. So this is what I want you. And if you go to other pairs, you're just going to H4 and you're just marking up what the order blocks, just marking up the order blocks and going back in time and looking at how price traded at that order block. That's all we are doing, and that's all we want to be doing at this point. So this is how price retested that order block that we marked. And if you zoom in the area, you can see that this was not an M, but it was something like a half a Batman formation. So we are not trading the half a Batman here, but I just want you to understand that we are going to be having a kind of a formation in each and every order block, but you just have to know which one are you looking at and which one are you waiting for? Because you have to wait. And this is H1. You see what is happening. This is an aggressive move. This is your OB. At this point, you go to M5. So H4 works with M15. H1 works with what? With M5. So you go to M5. What are you waiting for? Prices already shifted. What you want here is a move back to the what? To the lower side and that. So you create your W, you enter after your W is confirmed, right? After your W is confirmed, you enter your buy. This is what you want, and this is how you will be trading, and this is how you will be looking at this thing, and this is how you will be winning. So if you look at this hasn't already happened, or it hasn't moved already. You are looking at going into this area. You look for your W or your M at on what? On M15. So if you come to M15, this is what you show. So you want to see an M at this point, then you sell, and you'll be looking at that. So this is a very beginner friendly strategy. So look at one more example. This is the OB. You look at this, you go to what? To M5 to M15, because this is H4, and you want to see an M. And as you can see, this was not okay. We want this. This is not what price did. This is the other OB. So this is our OB here, the yellow box, the second yellow box, right? So your entry is going to be at this point. Why? Because you are having an M. This is the first leg, and this is the what? The second leg. This is the entry that you would want to take, and you would want to hold to this point. And look at what price did. It would have hit your take profit at that point. And this is the M we want to see. And if it happens, or if it occurs at the what? At the yesterday's high, like this, it's a added confirmation that you must be proud of when it happens. Okay, so we go again to H4. What do you see? So we go to H4. This is our OB, and this is our price. We go to M15. What do we see? And if you see something like an M, we would be proud of our setup, and we would take it gladly. So this is a multi-session M. You take your trade here, you put your stop loss above, and look at what price is doing. Lovely stuff. So this is what you are doing. And guys, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me in the comment section. I'll reply all your questions if you have any. And if you have additions, subtractions, let's continue the discussions in the comments. This is Shocks, and this is what I have. Remember, trade what you see.